Hey, I'm Draven. I typically make high gain amp demos here on YouTube, and today we're going to be taking a little look at this. And so this is a wireless system from Joyo. A while back, Joyo sent me a couple of things to check out and wasn't really sure how I wanted to go about showing this off, since Joyo didn't ask me specifically to make a video on this, nor did they tell me what to do with it. And so I didn't want to make just a video of me basically saying, yes, it's a wireless, since I'm sure there's plenty of videos out there on this doing exactly that. And so we're going to take a little bit of a different approach checking this out. But I'll still touch on a few things that should be mentioned, such as the specs of it, which, according to the box, this is a 5.8 gigahertz ISM band with frequency hopping. It has 48K 24-bit high quality signal playback, features 110 decibels of dynamic range, and according to the box can go more than 100 feet indoors with less than 6 milliseconds latency and no lag or signal loss. And the battery is supposed to last up to 5 hours per charge. So just for, overall specs, personally, I don't know much about that kind of stuff, so I can't really say this is much better than any other wireless on the market, but it does have one feature that I think is really cool. So it all comes in this one little setup, and you can just pull the receiver and transmitter out of this kind of case for it. But the part that I think is really cool about this is the case itself has a battery, so you don't have to have this plugged into a wall to charge it. So say you have this just in your backpack and you had the block charging at home, one of these dies, you don't have to run and find a place to plug this in order to charge the transmitter and receiver, which I feel like is very nice for people that are traveling, the touring musician or anything like that, where you might need to charge it really quick and not have a lot of options for a power source. So it's definitely a super nice addition, I would say. A lot of the other wirelesses that I've seen in a similar kind of thing, you have to charge each one of these individually with a wire and stuff like that, which I would imagine is pretty annoying. So I feel like that's a really cool feature. But yeah, so other than that, I wanted to take a slightly different approach when checking this out, because like I said, I feel like a lot of people showed off that it can go a certain amount of distance or something like that. And so what I ended up doing was running some white noise out of my reamp box and then into my DI box. And I did that with the wireless and 2 different cables because I wanted to see if it was doing anything to the signal. And so I ran the white noise through each of these cables as well as the wireless. This one being a Happy Cable Company cable, and this one being a D'Addario cable, which I would consider both of these cables being high quality. And so in the test, running the white noise through each cable, I found that each cable next to each other were exactly the same. I was able to get them to null, but the wireless is slightly different. There's some stuff that did not null, which I'll show you now. So here is the 2 cables together. So that's without flipping the phase. And then if we flip the phase, they entirely cancel each other out, meaning that they're exactly the same. And then if we do that with the wireless, and so if we do that with the wireless, it sounds like this. And so we're getting some noise in there with an EQ. With an EQ, you can see that it kind of shows a full spectrum of noise. So there's definitely some difference in the signal from the wireless. I'm going to also track the same riff 3 times with the 2 cables and wireless, and we'll see if there's a noticeable difference outside of latency with the wireless. Alright, so I just checked a quick guitar part to kind of compare the cables and the wireless, and I actually found something pretty interesting. So as you can see here in Reaper, I have 3 takes that I just put right next to each other. The first one is the D'Addario cable, the second one is the Happy cable, and the third one is the wireless. So it's a subtle difference, but the wireless actually compresses the attack of the signal a little bit, kind of clips it. So here is how they sound, which for this I'm just using the Neural DSP Gojira plugin. So from what I'm hearing, the cables sound pretty much identical, and the wireless does sound like the attack is getting slightly compressed. And it also sounds like some of the like mid-range is also getting like pushed forward a little more. Yeah, so that was a pretty interesting find. Personally, I don't think that would really be too big of an issue in like a live instance, but definitely interesting. But yeah, hopefully you found this video helpful if you are in the market for a wireless system for your guitar or possibly bass. And if you did enjoy this video, make sure to like and subscribe. And as always, I have some affiliate links down in the description, or if you pick something up, it helps me out a ton. And let me know down in the comments what you think about the wireless and how you feel about looking at wirelesses and things of that nature in this way. Yep, thanks for watching.